Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox back again with Michael and Melissa Novelli for another episode of the award-winning Pawtastic Friends, the Paw Talk. Welcome back, guys.
Hi.
Hey, Tom, thanks for having us.
Hey, so this episode we're going to talk about Jax, Nova, and Rome. So let's start with Jax, and that's Jax, not Jacks. So for those who wondered why I pronounced it Jax, who's going to tell us about Jax?
Me. So
Melissa, tell us about Jax.
he's one of my favorites. He is about 3 years old. He's a little black pitty who has one white paw. He's from Paw and super sweet. He wants to be on your lap all the time. He trains. I actually just spent some time with him this morning at our Boarding Buddies program. He was one of 23 dogs that we walked and just a lovable guy. The girls took him to an adoption event on Sunday, and he just engaged with everybody, adult, kids, even other dogs. And he's just a fantastic guy, a volunteer favorite, and you just want to squeeze his face and keep kissing.
Did you tell us what kind of dog Jax is?
He's a pit bull and just phenomenal. I mean, just such a sweet disposition. He is kind of like one of those guys that just happy go lucky, goes with the flow. If you want to walk, he'll walk. If you want to cuddle, he'll cuddle. If you want to sit there and people watch, he'll do that. He's just a wonderful boy.
What kind of family do you think would be good for Jax?
I think that a household where it's not extremely active, but not just a sit around household. So I would say medium energy, activity level. He would be good with kids, other dogs with the proper meet and greet. And he's just pretty perfect. So he would be good with really any type of household. If you're a single person, he would do great.
Melissa, you've mentioned a couple of times about the dog walking and the dog walkers. Could you tell us a little bit about why the dog walking for dogs in rescue is so important? And you mentioned indeed 23 walks this morning. Why is that so critical, and why do dogs love that so much?
So our Boarding Buddies program has probably got some of the most dedicated, compassionate, committed volunteers. They show up rain or shine. They show up when it's 40 degrees and when it's 120 degrees. They are some of the best people I know. Kind of makes me tear up a little bit. So today we show up as a team. We pitch tents. We bring dog coats when it's cold. Pat had them dressed in dog coats today, little like cheetah style. So they were looking their best. We had 4 pit bull puppies in the yard, Ingrid and I. What's so important is these dogs come out. They're so excited to see the volunteers. It's not just about walking, it's about quality time with them, time for them to just be out of their kennel. They go for their walks, they sit, they get treats. We have a toy box. In the summertime, we have a pool. We bathe them. And it's just awesome. It's probably one of my favorite days of the week because we get there at 8 o'clock. We're usually there for 4 hours, sometimes 5. The dogs get out for longer than an hour. And it just makes the difference for them and gives them a break. It's an outlet. And it's good for the volunteers too, because it makes them really understand that it's not just a simple dog walk. It's just that you're helping this dog on its journey. We have some dogs that are so fearful that the first day we can only get them to the end of the street. And then after 6 or 7 times out, they're walking the whole route. And it's just probably one of the best. And that's how we got started. We've been walking dogs every Tuesday since 2012.
I
And
remember that.
yep.
It's
And
enriching their lives. And that's what it's all about.
that I will never miss a Tuesday.
She doesn't either.
Yeah. I mean, I did when I was sick, but I would never miss a Tuesday because I don't ever want to forget the foundation.
So next up is Nova. Who can tell me about Nova?
So Nova is with our partners at Crazy for Paws, and Linda
Mhm.
De La Hunt, who's the founder of that rescue, is just amazing. Nova's 13-month old, and ready for this? Pure brown lab. And a lot of
Wow.
people, like, there's no purebred dogs full of energy, puppy power, 13 months old.
Yeah.
And we're in such a crisis here in Las Vegas. Like, we had a last foster event, and some of the rescues are like, man, adoptions are down. There's so many dogs here in Las Vegas area. There's not enough homes. So that's why we're always trying to preach spay and neuter. It goes back to what we talked about before, the old Bob Barker, help control the pet population, have your pet spayed or neutered. I mean, Melissa was just with, how many was the little puppies, the pit bull puppies?
Or
They're all over. It's terrible.
it was a two-man job
Yeah.
because they were knocking us all
Yeah,
over,
she was like
jumping
the
on me.
bowling pin.
Yeah.
But Jax is another one that just they all deserve a home because a lot of people don't realize that these dogs enrich our lives more than we enrich theirs. They are, as I said, I think once before, we are their best friend for their entire lives.
Mm.
So, Michael, who do you think would be a great forever home for Nova?
Nova's pretty big. I mean, little kids would be bowling pins, maybe some older kids, maybe some teenagers, because it's a lab has a lot of energy.
Yeah, she loves to swim at the lake.
She's has some energy. And shout out to Linda at Crazy for Paws. I mean, she's always promoting her dogs that are in the program and does a great job with her rescue, Crazy for Paws. She's here for every foster event, and she's one of the good ones.
Do you think Nova would be good for or be around other dogs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in a foster home with Linda, and she does have other dogs.
Yeah. And a
All
beautiful
right.
dog. Just a
Yeah.
beautiful dog.
Now we're to Rome, who has moved to their forever home. Could you tell us about Rome, the number of adoptions she is, and then a little bit about her forever home? If
Since I do the posters, I'll tell you number 715.
It's for
all
Rome.
right,
Yep. And
where did
he
Rome end up?
That I don't know. She knows all the dogs. I'm just behind the scenes trying to
so
raise some funds.
Rome was at the shelter for quite some time. He came here because he needed some help with building confidence and really coming out of his shell, and that he did with his trainer Melissa. Phenomenal work, and he landed that forever home. And they decided that hey, he's not going back. And they actually came here for a couple sessions, which was awesome because we got to work hands on with them. And they just were smitten by him and followed all the instructions and stuff. And now he's living his best life.
And that's the great thing about having the facility here, Tom, is that we can have the new adopted family work with the dog, and we could offer them classes so the trainer could tell them exactly what the commands were and what the pros and cons are. The people, they were a younger couple, maybe in their 30s, right?
Right.
And they loved them. When we get to do the adoption poster and the picture, they're like, yeah, it's so rewarding. I mean, this is so heartbreaking at times. There's a lot of sad stories, but when you get those happy stories like that, it makes it all worthwhile.
All right, Melissa, I understand we've got a fundraiser coming up in honor of your birthday in December. Could you tell us a little bit about that, where people can go to donate, and how we can get the word out about the Melissa Novelli fundraiser?
So my birthday's coming up December 28th. And as a matter of fact, December 28th of 2000 in,
21,
no,
20.
2016,
Oh, 2016. Yeah,
we
yeah.
became a
I
nonprofit
thought you was asking a total different question.
on
Oh,
that
no
very
husband. No
day.
husband.
On that very day. So it's a special day, not
Yeah,
just because it's my birthday,
right.
because that's when Pawtastic Friends came to life.
Yeah, we got our official IRS status as a
Yeah,
nonprofit.
I'll be doing my birthday fundraiser. I do it every year, and I encourage and hope that my friends all over the country will donate even $1. Every bit of it goes to the dogs, and it would be a great way. I don't need anything else, but if you could help the dogs, that would be awesome. You could go on to pawtasticfriends.com. I'm sure that we'll share it on our social media channels and donate. Every dollar counts.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, we're near the end of our this episode. Any final thoughts for our listeners?
Adopt, don't shop.
Sponsor, and hit that share button. Every share is an opportunity.